Welcome to Literally My Life, My Guide to Girlhood, the podcast where we have honest, unfiltered conversations about success, self-growth, and navigating the complexities of life as a young woman. I'm your host, Alexandra Lamine, journalist, model, influencer, talk show host, and storyteller. I created this podcast to be the guide I wish I had, one that speaks the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Here we break down real-life challenges from self-sabotage and ambition to relationships and mental health, all while embracing the journey of becoming our best selves. My goal is to empower and inspire you through my own experiences, stories of others, and the lessons we're all still learning. So whether you're here for advice, motivation, or just a space where you feel seen, welcome. Let's get into it. Hello, and welcome back to yet another episode of Literally My Life, My Guide to Girlhood. I am so excited to be back, and not only am I back today, y'all, but we have a very, very special guest. We have Skylar Patricia. We have my very best friend in the whole entire world, Skyy. Skyy, would you like to introduce yourself? Because you'll do it better than I can.
Well, there's not much to it, but I'm her favorite person. I'm Skyy. I've been here longer than anyone can remember. And yeah, I'm excited to be here.
You've been around for a while. Have you had fun being around for a while, or is this a moral obligation?
Of course.
Okay. So, guys, today we have a very fun episode today. So today we're going to be telling you everything your mama never told you. Okay? Because I know growing up, my mama didn't tell me everything. Did your mom tell you everything?
She gave it from like a third person perspective, but you know, she
didn't tell you everything.
No.
My mama didn't tell me everything either. So we're going to be talking about birth control. We're going to be talking about periods. We're going to be talking about hygiene, boys. We gonna get into the whole... And we have some very good Ask Alex questions for today. And if I see one comment making fun of these headphones, we will buy. Okay. Before we get into this, we want to say no shame, no judgment. Everybody's experiences are different. This is a safe place. We are your big sisters. And ain't nobody gonna judge you for these questions at all. Are we judging, Skyy? No, we're not judging. We're not judging. And I have to do a self-promo. I know we got a guest, but make sure to click all the links in the episode descriptions. Follow our Instagram. Follow our TikTok. Do all of the above. Subscribe to our newsletter. Get you a little treat off of my Amazon storefront. All of the above. Okay, so we have to self-promo. Okay, so let us get into our first segment. Birth control. Birth control. What do we think about birth control? What are our thoughts?
I'll do it. If there's one thing I would have wanted my mother to talk to me about, it would be that, because you cannot stop teenagers from doing what they're gonna do.
Yes.
And if they're not gonna do it that one safe way, but there's also just mishaps with that on its own. It's always good to be safe than sorry.
Yes,
because not only do, girls don't want to be stuck with children. Some young women want to be mothers, and I love that for them. But not fathers don't want to be fathers.
No, they don't.
And moms don't want to be grandmas.
No, they don't.
So instead of having to live with the lifelong trauma of getting an abortion, then just...
I don't know if that's a lifelong trauma, because I saw somebody on TikTok making a joke.
Well, some people are just like, get rid of the baby, I don't care, and they move on with their life. And some people, it is a very touchy topic for them,
Yeah.
And
no, if it were me,
I can completely understand that.
If it were me, it would be touchy. If it were me, it would be like sad, boohoo, oh my god. But I do see a lot of TikToks of women just like in the clinic, like, well, sending the baby back to the sender, which isn't funny, but it's a little funny.
I don't know.
You have to bring humor out of these situations. Now, with us...
that's how some people deal with their problems.
Sure. So with us, I think you and I think you already know who I'm talking about, but we're not mean and we're not going to say names or anything. My first exposure to birth control, the pill, was a friend of ours that was on it. And the first thing, do you remember a lot of people were talking about her weight gain? And we thought it was like, oh, maybe it was happy weight or whatever it could have been. We just said a million different things. But looking back on it, homegirl was just on the pill and her hormones were fluctuating differently. So what are your thoughts on this?
Honestly, because I didn't know that girl directly, if that was what it did to her, then yeah, that makes sense totally, because it has so many different effects on so many different women. And then from a personal experience with the whole happy weight, I'm just like being a victim to
Yes.
I'm just like, well, damn, like that's just how it was. Like, props to her because it's just like you don't even notice it. Especially if you're in a relationship for so long, you do not notice it, and until you start to really, once your clothes don't fit anymore, that's when it hits you because it's like, when did I gain all this weight? Like,
Yes. That's another
what? And
thing
then
your mama never told you.
with I
Happy
think with
weight.
like birth control too, it's like there are so many other things too that is getting added to your plate. Maybe your stress, or if you never had acne before, now you have really bad acne, or your hair is falling out, your skin's getting dull. It's like there's so many things to birth control, but it's like that whole weight situation, or that could be like double dose, both of those.
Personally, I'm kind of anti-pill because I have seen the sheets of the birth control side
So
effects
those are, yeah,
and they're
they're
like 300 pages long. I personally don't believe in taking any medications that mess with your hormones. I'm very Dr. Sebi. I'm very CMOS
I do
organic girl.
have one friend. She takes birth control to regulate her hormones.
Okay.
So she had been taking that since she was like 11. And she is like still taking it. And she is, active now. And it does what it does. But yeah, like besides it being just a contraceptive, but people will use it to regulate their hormones, periods, all that type of stuff. So I wouldn't say the pill is like always bad for like contraceptive use, because IUDs, all that other stuff, implants. I wouldn't even know, but yeah, birth control on a whole spectrum is very broad,
Yeah.
and but the pill is just like it has a lot of side effects, as well as like I've heard like the implants, like even after a while, like they make you like infertile, and like there's
That's
just so
not
many.
true. Let's debunk that myth. I
There's
know
so
so
many.
many girls. There would literally be girls on Teen Mom that would say, like, I have this baby now because I was scared to get an IUD because my friend told me it makes you infertile. IUDs do not make you infertile. This is not true.
The implants in
IUDs,
your arms.
that's the shot. IUDs are the
No, like
insert.
the actual implant
The
in your
what
arm.
if she just?
There's an implant that goes in your arm,
That's
not
the
just like
birth control shot. That goes in your
a
arm.
little thing
Those little things go up
that
your
sits in your
nice
arm.
place. They don't go in
No,
your
there's
arm.
something that sits in your arm.
I don't know.
There's something that
Skyy
sits
is
right
on
here.
what do they call psychedelics? So she's
I
hallucinating.
No. I'm TikTok educated. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If TikTok was not a thing, I would not know like
Yeah, that's
25
another
percent of the
thing.
things that I know. So if I
Girl.
didn't see that on there, I would not know that.
Well, you guys do not have to listen to a TikTok doctor. You can listen to Dr. Alex. Yes.
Okay.
Dr. Alex says that's a myth. Another thing that I wanted to discuss while we're on the method of birth control is because we're in high school, a lot of people don't even use any kind of birth control method or the condom stuff because they believe in pull and pray. How many of us are pull and pray babies? How many of us are results of pull and pray babies? Think about it.
A lot of us.
A
My
lot.
siblings are birth control babies.
Tuh.
Actually,
My nephews are.
tube tied babies. Okay, guarantee you, nothing is guaranteed.
I
Like
didn't know
nothing
that
is
one.
guaranteed.
No.
Nothing is guaranteed.
Skyy likes to be we're going to be a little fun today. Now, we're both a little prudish. I don't like to discuss sex because my little grandmother watches the podcast. But we're going to discuss it a little bit. So the pull and pray method ain't real. It don't work. No. Another thing your mama never told you, what are they called? Plan B?
Mm-hmm.
Plan Bs are only supposed to be taken twice a year. Those actually can cause infertility. So don't be pulling and praying and then praying with the plan B. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Also, plan Bs, how much are they? They're expensive.
Like $50.
That is very expensive. That's why condoms, how much do condoms cost? I don't even know.
It depends.
Are there like bougier condoms than others? You see, I don't really get down like this. I don't know.
I mean, I've been through every aisle of Target, and you come across them at some point.
You do. And Walmart.
It don't hurt to look
It
and
don't.
just be like,
The last time I checked, they were about $15, right?
For like a big box or something?
No, for like a box of Magnums, they're not like $15.
Like a box of 3 or like
Not 3, but like 9
like
or
a big,
yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
We don't know. That's so funny. We over here trying to tell you stuff your mama never told you, and
I mean, at the price of tea in China, it might be.
not tea in
Everything
China.
is. I got that from my mama. That's. I swear, whenever I'm bringing up something, she just don't care. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? What does that even mean? And now I'm just saying it because it's like, okay, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
What?
Like, what does that have to do with it? Nothing.
What does it have to do with the price of tea in China? But anyways, oh, here's something your mama never told you while we're on the method of birth control. What do they call Plan Bs? $50. You know you can go to a Planned Parenthood or any kind of clinic and get that same Plan B
Or
for
go to Costco.
$15
I heard like Costco got them for like $10.
in bulk.
Again, this is things I've seen on TikTok.
Maybe we're not educated enough to talk about
Because
it.
I don't know anybody who goes to Costco and gets Plan B.
We should invite like a sex therapist on the show and have her tell us, and we find out because we don't know. We don't know a damn thing. We need to invite somebody.
I don't even go to Costco.
I got Sam's Club, girl. Let's see. Birth control, though, on a serious note, it's not a one size fits all. I would definitely say go with what's for you. If you're on the pill and you absolutely hate your life, get off the pill. I have a good friend, Skyy, I think you know who I'm talking about. I have a really good friend. She gets the shot every 10 days. She loves it. She doesn't have any crazy side effects, no pregnancy scares. The only thing that she doesn't get, her period. She don't get her period at all. She don't ovulate. She don't any of that.
That's not good.
No, that's not good, is it? I'd be
No,
asking her
it's
about that
not.
because I'd be like, okay, I gotta go get me some pads or tampons. You have one? She's like, I don't get a period. I'm like,
One of my friends, she went on a vegan diet and she started getting irregular periods.
it's
Like
because when you don't
she
get
would go like 2 to 3 months without a period, and then when she would get her period, it was like 3 days.
you see, when you don't get enough
Literally just based on her diet.
when you don't get enough calories in your system, you start to get irregular periods. Because don't a lot of women with eating disorders not get their periods? I thought that was a common side effect.
I would assume that they would stop. Yeah.
But we're busting some myths here. Birth control does not make you infertile. I'm pro IUD. The pull-out method is not safe. Do not pull and pray. That's hilarious. I can't even believe people just practice that. Do not pull and pray.
I mean, if they assume that they are just infertile or that man just has something going on with him, first of all, get rid of birth control for women as a whole. Men need to start getting rid of that whole system that they have.
They need to be snipped?
Yes. Yes. If you know that woman don't want no kids, yes, and then it's irreversible. They can get these, what is like a vasectomy?
Yes.
They can do it.
Why
They
is
can
it
do
so
it. It is not the end of the
much to neuter
world
them?
because it's reversible. If you know that woman does not want no children, and you know that you're not going to pull out or use contraceptives, snip it.
Snip it.
Be the man. Do it for your woman, because when you see her pregnant, going through this morning sickness, her feet are 10 times bigger than they are. Her nose is as big as an egg.
Yes,
you're not gonna.
Pregnancy nose is real. That's another thing.
You won't see me like that. I guarantee.
You won't see me either.
I will be hidden for an entire year. You won't see me.
I'm gonna be like
at
Kylie
all.
Jenner. Y'all not gonna see me pregnant. Last thing with birth control, Skyy. How do you bring up birth control with your doctor or your mama or your daddy or whoever when you're about to get on it? How do you bring it up? Do you get nervous?
Doctor, I feel like it should really just be like, hey, like, I want to get on birth control. Give me the best options, and they help you with that. Parents, as teenagers, I feel like it could either go left or right. Either your parents going to be like, okay, this is a really good topic. We need to discuss this and figure out why you feel like you need this. Where should we go moving forward? Other mothers will just be like, you're not even supposed to be having sex anyway. You're not getting on birth control. No, don't do it. You're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And it's just not happening.
If your parents are not the most supportive people, but you still want to get down and jiggy with it, you old enough. If you over 13, your doctor gonna give it to you. They don't gotta know. They would be much rather find out you secretly on the pill than you secretly pregnant.
I don't recommend people going behind their parents' backs and doing that, but it is good to talk to either anybody in your family.
Yes.
Just if you really know, like that is the only route you can go, just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Like Nike. All right, girl. That's enough about birth control, which we don't really know anything about. That's hilarious. All right, but this is something we do know about. We're getting into periods, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because we have periods. Girl, we are so. Let me tell you guys something. We go way back. I remember when she got her first period, and she remembers when I got mine. Do you remember that? You remember when you said you got the curse?
Yes, the curse of Eve. Because that's what it was when I was little. It was never like talked about as a good thing, as like, "Well, you're just gonna be on this walk of life and it's gonna be wonderful. You're gonna be a woman." It was, this is the curse of Eve.
Mm-hmm.
You are gonna be in a lifelong emotional wreck. Like, it's just gonna be bad. But I know when I got it, I didn't even tell my mom.
You did?
Like, until I got to school. Like, because I got it, like, and it's like, I knew, and I was just like, oh my gosh. I wasn't surprised. I wasn't shocked, but I was like, oh, okay. That's just something I have to deal with now. And when I did tell her, she's like, oh, I know. I'm like, how did you know? I guess I just wasn't very discreet about it. And mothers notice everything, honestly. So I'm not even gonna act like I was the best, you know, person to hide that. But she knew, and I was like, okay. She was just like, if you need anything, just let me know. And that was that. So,
My mom gave me a panty liner, which was hilarious. Yeah, I kid you not. I was like, are you serious? Okay, so tell me about, let's talk about some symptoms that nobody really talks about. Because
hmm
one thing that used to happen to me, I remember when I first got my periods, I would get nauseous. Like, for real nauseous.
yeah, my sister is like that. Like, she actually throws up. Like, she will throw up at the beginning, like on the first day. Like, it would just be really bad for her. But I don't get nauseous. I don't
Oh, you
get
just go with the
sick.
flow.
It's like, and then if I do get cramps, it's like every other month. And it's not really that bad. But I don't really have like symptoms. Like, okay, I might get a little moody,
Hmm.
but it's like, there's nothing crazy. I don't have like terrible symptoms, so it's not
I
that
do.
bad.
I have. Okay, so when I was younger, it was like my mood was fine, but I had a lot of physical discomfort.
Mm,
Now that I'm older, I don't really have as many cramps. I don't really get it. I get some cramps, but not as many. When I was younger, I experienced a lot of physical discomfort. Now I don't really get cramps. Now it's like my mood's all over the place. A tip I would give, though, for girls who are going through the cramps and stuff or whatever, Midol is your best friend. Midol is your girl. Aleve, Advil, hot water, hot baths, hot compression, just all of the hot stuff, and lots of pain
yes.
pills.
A heated blanket was my best investment.
Yes. Did you use tampons at first? Because I used to be scared of using tampons.
I still have never used tampons. And honestly, it's not even like, because I just don't feel the need to. Like, I'm fine with like using pads. Like, I don't like, shoot, I'll maybe wear a diaper one day. If it's really that comfortable, I'll wear it. But
Not a
I've
doctor.
never felt the need to. I've tried it, yeah, but it's like to use it consistently. Like, I've never made the switch. If it was really necessary at the time, then yeah, I'd use it.
But
But
not needed.
on a normal basis, I just stick with the pads. No biggie.
No biggies. No big ears. No big deal. I tried a tampon and I thought it was very helpful. I don't wear them anymore, but I used to a lot when I was about 14, 15-ish. I thought it was perfect. Okay, what about the great tampon versus pad versus menstrual cup debate? You see, I've never tried a menstrual cup, but I have.
I actually thought and considered about trying a menstrual cup. The thing is just like, I don't get like how like it does not get messy. Like, I just like, that's nothing I want to go in detail about. But the concept just doesn't really click with me. But it just seems like, so like, okay, that seems resourceful and it's better, and
That's true.
okay,
It's better for
that's
the
nice.
environment. I have a
but
friend.
I just don't know
I have a
how that
good
would work.
girlfriend who uses the cups, and she says she loves it. Like she's having a great time.
Maybe one day I'll just test it.
Yeah, personally, I like tampons the best because they just
Hmm.
work. I don't know. It's like because you can go on a run with your tampon in, you can go swimming, pray, you can do everything, and not.
I don't even think I would trust that.
Also, you know, with pads, you don't know when you've bled through. With tampons, you know if you've bled through.
Mm.
So, okay, so Sky says pad, or would you say menstrual cup?
I've never tried it, but I would love. I would like to.
Okay, and
Just to see.
I choose tampon.
Yeah.
Okay, period cravings. Why we want to eat everything? What do you crave on your period? Chocolate.
Ice cream,
Okay.
sweet, not like, and not even like heavy sweets.
Mm-hmm.
If I see something, I'm like, I want that, but it's like I don't want it. I want it because I saw it. It's like I won't even be like initially thinking about it, and I was like, as soon as I see it, I'm okay, I want that. Like I want that. I'll be scrolling on TikTok. I think that's what started my Dubai chocolate obsession. I literally just saw all those Dubai chocolate videos. I was just like, I need that. I need that. I want that. I couldn't find it anywhere near me, so I made it myself. And that craving, just I satisfied that craving. Now I'm cool. But when I am like actually on my period, like it's just like I see something and I want it, and if I don't get it, it's like I'm mad, but then I get over it.
Oh, you get over it.
And I just find another obsess over it. Okay.
When I'm on my period, I crave Chipotle, but I crave that 365 days of the year. I'm just hungry. And usually I do a pretty good job of like little intermittent fasting, just having a little moment. When I'm on my period, that goes out the window. You just want to give into your period cravings. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, it's like I have no self-control because it's like I'm not one to just go jump and eat carbs and all these sweets and all this stuff like that. Like normally I don't like crave it, and it's like once I'm on my period, it's like if I want that, I'm going to have it. Like there's just I'm not gonna sit there and think about it.
It's gone.
I'm not gonna be like, I know this isn't good for me. I'm trying to eat better. I'm trying to work out more. It's like I'm gonna eat it, and that's gonna be that, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it. That's just that. I feel no shame. No shame.
Scott, how do you track your cycle? Because I use Flow.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Okay, I use Flow. Flow, I think, is the best period tracker. I used to use Clue when I was younger. Do you remember Clue?
Hmm.
I use Flow now, and I love it. It lets me know what's going on at all times of the month. It lets me know.
I like it. I've even gotten premium like a couple of
I
times.
have premium too. I got a question for you, Patricia.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get emotional on your period or when you're ovulating? Because I get emotional on the period, and then ovulating is like the calm after the storm.
I get emotional when I'm ovulating. On my period, I get mad. My patience is zero. Like zero. Zero. Yeah. Like my patience is just zero. And I am normally a very patient person.
You are.
So then like and then I be feeling bad when like I just be snapping like
Do
over
you go
little stuff.
off on
Cause it's like,
Jason?
yeah, and I be feeling bad because I'm like, I don't act like this. And it's like, okay, let me just, because there's different ways to deal with this stuff. And I'm not going to act like that. I'm not going to cause problems and use, oh my God, I'm on my period as an excuse because it's like, I can think and I can regulate. But it's like, once I'm ovulating, then I'm like more sad. Like, and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like a little girl. It's like, oh, I want my mommy. Like that type of sad.
That when I'm ovulating too. Oh my goodness, yeah, but it's not as bad. Like when I'm crying, I don't know. I feel like on my period, I have my most like Teresa Giudice crash out, about to flip the table moments. But I've gotten over it. I've learned to regulate my emotions a little bit better. Sky, before we move on, what's your worst period horror story?
I don't even know. I mean, like, I've bled through, like, jeans once, like, at school. I've gotten my period, like, at school once, and, like, middle school, too. And I had to ask my teacher for, like, that, and that was, like, so embarrassing.
Do you remember when I...
What do you Is it here? It's coming! Oh, my God. He will be here in literally 5 minutes. You will see it in 5 minutes. I need all of y'all to go back in your room. No, y'all are all fine in that room. Birth control, people.
Do you remember when? Maybe we'll cut this out. We'll probably cut this out. This is just for
When
us.
you bled on my bed.
Yes.
Yeah, I still remember that.
That was petrifying. I just wanted to die. Okay, y'all. So now we're going to get into a little bit of a taboo topic. Now let me preface y'all with this one. Skyy and I are both Christians. We are blessed and highly favored. Yes.
Yes.
I personally don't believe in fornication. I don't believe in, being intimate with someone like that unless they are your husband and or wife. But there are a lot of people that lose their virginities at this age. So we're going to, because some of the questions from Ask Alex are literally about having sex for the first time.
Mhm.
So we're going to talk a little bit about virginity and having sex for the first time, because I know your mama ain't told you half of this, okay? First thing I want to talk about is the pressure to just get it over with. Ain't that ridiculous?
It really is. I don't understand why. Like, it's so heavy on a lot of people. It's like you're not missing out on anything. And it's just like, just do it when you're ready. Don't feel like you have to do it because your friends are doing it. Don't feel like you have to do it because you're whoever you're talking to, boyfriend, girlfriend, talking stage, anything. Is just like, I'm ready to do this. You should be ready to do it. And then don't act on like strong desires either, because you're gonna get that minute of satisfaction and it might not even be with somebody you love deeply, and you're gonna be like, what did I even do this for?
Amen. Amen. No, that's what happened with me in my first kiss. I legit kissed somebody I didn't even know him from any Tom, Dick, and Harry on the street. And I kissed him because all my friends had their first kiss, and I just wanted to have a story to tell. Isn't that sad?
You were young.
You were young. I was like 14. I would never, I would never do anything like that now. I'm glad I grew out of that. But looking back on it, do I regret it? No. Does it like weigh on me at night? No. But do I wish I had shared, like, had one of those cute, like, oh, I had my first kiss with like my high school sweet, like one of those
Yeah.
stories? Absolutely. I definitely wish I had waited for someone more. And I ended up meeting somebody who was like very special to me, like what, like 6 months after that kiss?
Hmm.
I would have totally rather it been that person over that random
Yeah.
over that random man. So
But I
yeah,
mean, it builds character.
it
So
does. It does build the character.
yeah.
I just think hookup culture is just a little normalized. I think, in my opinion, sex is the most intimate you can get with a person. It is literally when two bodies become one. And I think that so many people, and I'm not judging anybody. I am not saying there's anything wrong if you have hooked up with somebody in the past. Like, this is not a judgment zone. We're not judging you for doing that. I'm not that person. I'm just saying, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it is a pretty sacred thing, but depending on everyone's, values in life, it'll just be different. And if some people don't view marriage or that act of intimacy as like a strong, important thing, then they're not going to, wait on that or make that something that is an opportunity they wait for in the long run. And that's totally fine. Everybody is different. And if people feel like they want to do it whenever, with whoever,
Yes,
however,
we don't
I'll
judge.
go ahead.
We really don't judge.
But like me personally, I think like it is, important to wait until marriage. That way, like, if you can be with somebody for years on end and you guys are able to just keep that one thing out of the relationship until you guys get married, I feel like that is just like a beautiful thing, because that really shows like I will do anything for you. Like I will really do anything for you. And if I can take that one piece out of me and give it to you when it needs to be given, I just love that on its own. I really
No,
love that.
there was a girl on, I think I saw her on Instagram, who said she'd been dating a guy for like 3 years and they were both waiting until they were married. And she felt the relationship was very strong because when you don't use sex, because a lot of couples I feel like use sex to communicate, because there's makeup sex, there's breakup sex, there's You know, you get it. Their communication had to be 10 times stronger because there was no makeup sex and breakup sex and, oh, I'm gonna miss you sex. There was none of that for them. So I would say, if not until you're married, I would say at least wait until your relationship has a good foundation where you guys have that
Mm-hmm.
strong communication to the point where you're not using sex as a way of communication. I think you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
Emotional versus physical readiness. Okay. Both of these matter, but there's a huge difference. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. When you're younger, cuz okay, and you know, we're Christians, but we got hormones. Okay, everybody, you know, gets a temptation here or there. But when you're younger, you may think, and when I say younger, I'm usually referring to the ages of like 14 to 15,
Mm-hmm.
cuz those are usually, I feel like, the lustful years. I feel when you're a little younger, you all think you're a little bit ready to get going and get in action. I thought so, but I didn't end up doing it at that age. And now that I'm a little older, I'm almost 18. I'm 18 next month. Fun fact, guys, Skyy is like a literal child because she will be 17 when she graduates high school.
I'm gonna be a 17-year-old in college, matter of fact.
Yes, which is ridiculous, but that's okay. When Now that I'm a little older though, I'm like so glad I did not have sex at that age because I feel like not only would I have done it with a complete idiot of a person, but I just wasn't ready emotionally. I wasn't emotionally mature enough to make the conscious decision of like who I should have sex with. Do you relate?
It's a big decision, and I think it is something that mothers do need to talk to all of their children. Like, and they think it's like, yeah, just talk to your daughters about that. Even your sons, because they're the ones
To your
giving
sons
these
too.
babies out. And just a simple conversation can save so much time, money, and effort going into the future. And just having someone older who has lived that life and know what it is like just to talk to you and just be like, hey, like there's options. Like there's so many like different ways to go about this. You're gonna just think so differently about it. You're gonna feel so much better about yourself, whether you choose not to and if you choose to do it as well. Either way, like it's just better like to have that guidance for something like so major as that.
I feel like you also know when you're emotionally ready.
Yeah.
Because when I was younger, it would have just been purely out of lust. Now, you know, I wouldn't for religious reasons, but I feel like if I wasn't committed to that, I would be able to make that decision in the right frame of mind because my frontal lobe has developed a little bit more
Mm.
and I make conscious decisions. I don't think I'm the best picker. Sky, do you think I picked the right guys?
I don't know. I feel like the one that you did pick right now is not even worst. Like I didn't even oppose. Like
She liked, okay, so the guy we've been talking about, I've mentioned him like 2 or 3 times on here. The guy that I've mentioned, the one that I was saying like might have been a good.
besides the fact that he has a preference
He definitely has a preference, you guys. I No, it's not
because
okay. It's not okay.
black girls like us are always going to be the ones to break the cycle for some reason. For
Mm.
some reason, I will never know why. I don't get what type of vibe we give off. Like,
No, we're
do we fit
definitely
that
holding
description,
out.
but our skin is just not the match? I don't know, but
We're holding out
um,
hope for him. We're holding out hope. He
yeah,
That sounds so ridiculous because I come on here and preach about not being delusional, and I'm delusional central. But that's okay. We gonna get on it. Okay. Okay. What is it? Safe sex is great sex. You better wear a latex because you don't want that
late
latex
late
that
text saying I'm late
I'm
text.
latex.
Yeah,
So when you are ready to do it with the right person, don't let no sex is not gonna save your relationship. Neither is a threesome or a ring or a bald headed baby.
Lord,
So
don't let a man tell you that, please.
you just don't let a man tell you that you need. Because when I was younger, let me tell you guys a little story. This is about you know who, because we talk about him on the podcast all the time. When I was younger, the very first guy I really liked, he wanted to do the do. You remember this guy? And I was so thrown off because I thought we were a little young and I wanted to wait till I was married. And I was just like, what? But I was actually thinking about it. Remember him, Skyy? You know exactly what I'm talking about. And
Yeah.
yeah, you'll know in a couple of seconds. Anyway, I didn't end up putting out, as one would say, because he
Mm.
sucked. Yes. And then he went and got it from the next
Mm.
groupie on the street. And the only reason I'm calling her a groupie is because she was not the nicest to me after. I don't demean women. He went and got it from her. And then remember he tried to tell me it was because I wouldn't put out. That is a myth. A man will not cheat on you because you're not having sex with him. A man will cheat on you because he don't like you. Because women who are having sex with their boyfriends get cheated on all the time. That happens as well. Like, that happens too.
I think that was another reason why my little 8th grade boo, we were in 8th grade, mind you. Like,
Mind
why are you having your friends who are freshmen in high school pressure you into thinking that you need to be doing this with your girlfriend? And when I tell you, because I was a saint in 8th grade, okay?
Skyy was
A
bad, y'all.
saint. I didn't
Skyy
play.
was a
I
saint.
didn't do any premarital touching. You couldn't even hold my hand,
No, you
okay?
could not.
And when he like made it known that like he was just not gonna wait till marriage, and I was just like, okay, we're just not meant to be. I was so in love with that boy. We were in 8th grade. That was my first like little boo boo anything. So of course I was just like I was very distraught because I'm like, why do you want to do this? Like what?
No, it
And why are
it
your
blew my mind
friends trying
too.
to pressure you into doing that? And then he was very, very lustful. Like, and I'm realizing this now. I'm just like, that's crazy because why were you 8th grade watching these type of things, doing these type of things? You're in 8th grade.
Sky
Like,
and I went to the 6th grade together. They would talk about sex in the 6th grade, and we would always be like, especially me, because I was a real prude. I would just like walk away. They would talk about sex then, and like thinking about it now is like, why? Why are we talking about sex
these
at
kids
11?
is exposed. Like, unsupervised internet access will
Is
just
the downfall?
show you how bad these kids will get, especially like with this newer generation. Every These 5-year-olds have iPhone 11, 12, 13s. I didn't get a phone until I was in like 6th, 5th grade, and it was like
Yeah,
a
me
little
too.
little iPhone, little iPhone. I couldn't even do what they're doing now because the minute I talk back, yeah, your phone's stuck.
That's because people use computers to like parent their children, but that's another.
They spy
That's
on them
another.
every way possible, and I don't even blame them because the only thing I will understand is like having like Life 360. And
Yes.
okay, I understand that knowing where your child is and all that, but like I would never use that to like hunt down on my children. Just safety purposes in general because there's just too much that goes on. And I'm gonna have your location. I'm still gonna ask, where are you? What are you
What
doing?
you doing? What you
Like
doing?
what are you up to? Like what are you up to?
No.
And then it's like you don't have to lie to me either. Like I just want to
Yes.
be very like I want my children to be open with me. Like I don't want to be that like cool mom that's your best friend and you can do whatever you want and it's just like no, but come to me about whatever. Like talk to me about
Yes.
whatever. You've done
Yes.
everything that I've already done times 10. So I know. I know how it's gonna go.
Yes.
So just talk to
Yes.
me.
We don't want to
Everybody
be
needs a
controlled.
mother like that.
Yes, they do.
Because if you have strict parents, you are going to be a sneaky child. You are going to be a sneaky
Yes.
child, and I
That's
know
another
that
thing. Strict
because
parents do
when I
not
was,
create good kids.
my mother used to be pretty strict, and oh, I couldn't talk to boys. Yeah, I still talk. I talk to boys. I didn't do anything with them. I didn't go anywhere, but we
We
have
was on U-boat.
a few chats
We
here and there.
was on U-boat.
But guarantee that's what I did, and yeah, I hid it from her. But at you know some point in time, I was able to be like, hey, like I really like this guy. And I would just talk to her about it. And she'd be like, I don't know about that. But like at some point like she's not gonna be like, you can't like a boy. Like that's just what happens. But
I
if
used to
you
be like that too.
have strict parents, you're gonna be one sneaky child. So
Amen.
I will avoid that at all costs. Cause I don't want my kid coming back at 12 the night talking about
The
there was
movie
tricks.
ran long.
It was trash. Because that was my excuse. It was trash. Yes, once upon a time, my sophomore year, bad association. Me now, oh, I'm a whole different person. I am so sophisticated.
Whole
My
different
priorities are
woman.
straight. And you do
Amen.
change. You do change because
People do
I
change.
was a little hot, not even a hot mess. I just wanted to be outside. That was it. That was it. I wasn't doing
That's the thing.
nothing
We
crazy.
both wanted to be outside. It's like we were at what were they called? The LHPP parties?
Remy Boys,
Remy Boys.
LH,
If you're from Chicago, you know. We was at the Remy
they're
Boy
popping
parties.
now. Like everybody goes to those parties. I started going to them when they just had like 300 followers
We were
and nobody
underground.
really knew them
Yes.
like that. But it's a phase, honestly. Like
You grow
once
out
you
of it.
find things that you really want to do with your life, you're gonna start doing it. And that's just gonna become something you do every once in a blue moon. If you're going out with your
Yes.
girls, you guys wanna have a little club moment, you do that, but it doesn't become a lifestyle. Don't make that a lifestyle, please.
No. No. Okay. What okay. In the movies when I was growing up, losing your virginity was this big thing because this is the thing with me. I always interpreted a very negative connotation from sex. And I think a lot of that came from the shame that was displayed in media because I feel like in every movie that we watched, it was like if a girl gave up her virginity, something bad always happened. Like it was
Mm,
never it was never a happy ending. It was always that she was always it was never it was always something bad. It was like she was plastered as like the town slut or there was a photo out. It was
yeah.
something bad. But the real tea is the difference in the movies and then the difference in the real life once we do it for the first time. There's a huge difference because that stuff, 7 out of 10 times will not
So
happen.
fabricated. Like that and then books as well. Like those teen romance books. It's
No,
just like
no, no, no. Not the clean
no,
hoovering.
because don't even no. These little wet pad stories and all this other no. It is not that is not real life. Please. Please, please, please.
Remember when
Don't even use that.
I wrote a poem one time years ago. It was actually about losing your virginity. But I hadn't even lost it. I
Mm.
don't even know where the inspiration came from. And remember it was called like the impotence of Ernest? Or what is that
Mm-hmm.
how you say impotence of Ernest? Whatever it is. I wrote a poem on it and Sky was like, I think you're secretly a Wattpad writer. And that was a little hurtful. But the real tea is, it ain't nothing like it is in the movies. Now, we're not the most educated on this, but the real tea is, you ain't gonna die if you lose your virginity. As long as you lose it to the right person and you are comfortable with sex, you'll be fine. You will be okay. You will not die. Now, let's talk about the importance of enthusiastic consent. Like I said, you better not be sitting over here wanting to have sex because your boyfriend wants you to have sex and you think it's going to save your relationship. No, that ain't how it go. That's not how it works.
Nope. That's the sad
That's not
truth.
what we
It's
about.
just not gonna happen. It's never gonna
Have
happen.
sex when you think you are ready to have sex, when you are financially able to support a baby, because that is a risk. When you are mentally and emotionally prepared.
They are really upsetting.
Have sex when you are ready. Not when your spouse is ready, not when your partner is ready, not when anybody else is ready. Have sex when you feel like you are ready. Okay? Okay. There is such importance in enthusiastic consent. Somebody asking you 100 times until you say yes is not consent. Somebody bribing you is not consent. So like begging, pleading, bartering. Because I had dealt with a lot of begging in my earlier years, and then like I'm looking back on it, and it's like, you really wanted to beg me into a yes? You would have felt good about that, for real.
It's so embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing, absolutely tragic, and really sad. Okay, before we get into hygiene, Sky, what's your biggest piece of advice for first timers? Again, we're really not most educated on this.
First timers on like
You know,
washing your
no, on getting cracked for the first time.
what? Like what does that even mean?
What's
What do
your
you mean
advice?
hygiene?
That's
Be
not
clean.
hygiene. I said before we. Transition into hygiene. What's your best piece of advice for those losing
I
their
don't know.
virginity? You don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. We're gonna cut out. We're gonna cut out my laugh, by the way. Let's move into
I have no
hygiene.
advice. Just don't do it. Don't do
Don't
it.
do it.
Go
Wait.
be a
Don't wait till
nun.
you're married.
Go be
Go
a
be a
nun
nun.
and never give yourself
Yes.
up.
Amen.
Live your life for Jesus.
Amen. All right. Hygiene. Okay, before we get into this, this is stuff your mama ain't told you. Do not use scented soap down there. It's gonna mess up your pH. Don't use Summer's Eve. That's also gonna mess up your pH. Watch what you eat, because that's gonna mess up your pH. Don't eat no spicy stuff. Spicy food is not good for your friend down there. You just need water. You just need water. And drink a lot of it too. Drink your water. Please.
Take your vitamins.
Take your vitamins. Take your, what are those azo vitamins? Love those. I keep me some of the
Boric
azo vitamins.
acid.
Well, I don't know about I don't think you're supposed to take boric acid. I thought boric acid was like an emergency measure when stuff wasn't going right.
A what?
I was told boric acid was something you take when your pH already messed up.
No.
You're supposed to pop a boric acid every day.
If you want to. I know that, like, my mom takes that stuff.
I don't know if boric
But I
acid
mean,
is
like,
how do you keep it fresh, around down there without overdoing it? Like I said, just some water and drink it. That's all you gotta do. Any other tips you would like to add?
shower twice a day. I don't know.
Well,
I'm
you don't
sad
have to
that
do
this is
that.
even a question.
These aren't even the Ask Alex questions. After you shave down there, don't wear underwear for at least an hour and use coconut oil and baby oil to keep you good. With shaving's like a whole thing. I learned how to shave off of TikTok. I would say Tree Hut body scrubs, Dove body scrubs, a good little EOS shaving oil, and a men's razor. Up, down, around, side to side. And you good. And shave your armpits too. We're women. I never understood people who are like, oh, it's okay to have armpit hair. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, there's really nothing wrong with it, but like my personal preference, I just can't. She gotta stay clean. And yes, we just gotta keep her in check. And cotton underwear. Don't wear no silk underwear. Do you have any other last minute hygiene tips?
Silk underwear.
I'm not even kidding. It exists.
Let it breathe. Don't be. You don't have to wear underwear to bed or um all
Or a
throughout the
bra.
day. That too. You don't want no dents in your, if you, for the bigger girls out there. Do not always
Mm-hmm.
let that bra sit on you. You do not want no dents in your shoulders,
Not the shoulder.
lines on your back. Just don't. Like, whenever you are free to take it off, take it off. Just let them be.
That's like the best feeling after a long day. Taking off your bra.
And then tight clothing, like wearing, because
Well,
I know
that's
for
that's
me, like,
definitely
denim jeans is like the worst because not only do like I already have like big thighs, it's just like as soon as I sit down, everything's just like cramped, and I'm just like I cannot wear these for longer than like a school day or if I'm like going out and doing something. As soon as I get home, I take it off. I'm always in leggings. I'm literally always in leggings. Okay, I can't do all of that, but just treat it as you would treat any other nice part of your body.
Amen. That's beautiful. All right, boys. The good, the bad, and the red flags. Sky, how do you tell if a guy actually likes you versus if he just wants your attention?
If he likes you, he will make that known. He would treat you with delicacy. He will respect you 100%.
Amen.
100%. He will not let anybody disrespect your name, your character, your soul, your body, your anything. And they will care for you as they would like a baby. Like, you are precious to them when they like you. You are just seen like as a prize in their eyes. And that will be, if a man is trying to get your attention, he's swiping up on your story, calling you fine shit, and hearting it,
Oh, if
and
he call you,
that's all he's doing. He's entertaining you on the gram. He's not
amen.
asking how your day
Oh,
was. He's not
no.
he's not trying to take you out on a nice lunch, dinner, get to know you for who you are. He's asking you, let's play 21 questions. What's your favorite color? And then he's gonna ask you a whole different question that has nothing to do with
Well, yeah, don't never fall for the 21 questions trap. No, I would say when a
he's
guy likes you, you know, and then if you're confused, he doesn't. Guys are like they're very easy to read because when they feel something, they present their feelings pretty well. When a guy likes you, you know. They make it very known. They're
they
on
wanna be
you. Like
around
what guys?
you.
They
They wanna
follow
do
you
stuff for you.
around. Yes.
Like, it is just so obvious. Like, they want
They
to
can't
be
hide it.
with you. They'll ask about you. When you hear that a man is asking like, why didn't you show up one day, or why did you skip this class? Why he didn't see you on your regular route to your class? It's like they're keeping tabs
Do you
on you
like
because
me?
they like you.
Yeah.
They not in a like weird way, but because like they like seeing you. They are gonna miss your presence when you're not there, and that's a big thing. If your presence does not bother a man, he does not like you. If you not being
He
around
does not
him, he does not like you. If a man
he does
likes you,
not.
he's going to be around you. He is going to want to be around you. He's not going to ditch you for his friend. He's not going to put you to the side. He's going to make you a priority.
And speaking on that, the bare minimum is not enough. You need to be raising your standards. You know who I love? Christian Walker. It's princess treatment only. Only. We are not settling for
Yeah.
you just like me and we're gonna live happily ever after because you like me. No. Not. No ma'am, no ham, no chicken, no turkey. I've noticed as I've gotten closer with God, my standards have risen. And so now you need to treat me like the woman of God that I am, the Proverbs 31 woman that I am, or you won't get a conversation out of me. No. No, ma'am, no, ma'am. No ham, no chicken, no turkey.
That's rude.
Raise your standards. Because the thing is, people will treat you the way your standards allow you to be treated. Half the time, your dating life reflects your self esteem. That's the real tea. You tolerate all that stuff from people because you got bad self esteem. Um, how do you spot and avoid players, avoid light skin, and avoid
Ding, ding, ding.
athletes?
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Avoid light skins,
That is it.
avoid athletes, especially avoid light skin athletes.
That is it.
Run
That's
from
all you need to
those.
avoid.
That's
Everybody else
all
is
you
fine.
really need to avoid. I've never talked to a dreadhead, but I have never really heard anything good about them. Or a
Neither
man
have
with
I.
a biblical name. A man with a
With a
biblical
what?
name. Like James, Jacob, Noah. No, no. What is your biggest ick when it comes to guys?
Biggest ick?
Yeah.
The way they treat other women that are not their significant other. Either if you're
Or
too
how they act
friendly
around
or
their
just
friends.
like,
Yes.
or if they're just overly disrespectful. Like, I get you're respecting your woman by like not being friendly, but you don't have to be out here calling women the B word, all these slurs, like all this stuff. Like, that is just such a big turn off. Like, please stop. You
Yeah.
don't have to act
No,
like
for
that
sure.
and then use it as an excuse that I respect my girlfriend. I would never, entertain other, but you're like treating women as a whole as just like you're degrading them. Like, what?
Yeah,
No,
no.
it's not
That's
cute.
another thing with spotting and avoiding players. I would say most of the time people have reputations for a reason. Now, can I say they can be wrong or people can change? Yes. But most of the time people have reputations for a reason. So if a guy is known to be a hoe, he's more than likely a hoe. A guy that brings up sex too fast, like way too fast, I think we all know he's a player. A guy that doesn't who says he's like not a relationship person, just doesn't like you. Um, I could keep going on. But I have to say that texting games. Why are boys so confusing? Because this is a good question. Maybe you could answer for me, Sky. Because I recently thought a guy liked me because he said he liked me. So I don't know. I don't. Why would I like believe him? Like, why would I even believe you? Because I look stupid when I believed him.
Or you would definitely not, like you said, get mixed signals from a guy who says he likes you. Because if he does, then he will make that known. And if you don't know that yourself, then he just doesn't. Take those
Guys are
signs
confused.
and walk with
Mhm.
them.
Guys are confusing because they don't like you. And in hindsight, he didn't like me. I just thought he did because he said he did. But, my bad for believing him. next time I won't believe him. You know what I mean? Next time I'll be like, maybe you're not telling the truth. Yeah, no, in hindsight, he just didn't like me very much. And last thing, set boundaries. You don't owe anyone access to your body. You don't have to sleep with somebody because you're talking to them, or please, please save sex for somebody that's special to you. Do not be over here sleeping with every Tom, Dick, and Harry that shows you affection, because then you're gonna get a reputation for it, and that's why they're gonna like you in a minute. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Any last thoughts on that before we get into the actual Ask Alex questions so we can go to bed?
Nope. Nothing on this end.
All right, ask Alex. Okay. Hi, Alex. I'm scared to ask my doctor about birth control. How do I bring it up? Well, girl, you know what? First of all, I love how responsible you are for even thinking about this. You know, doctors are here to help you, not judge you. So I would say ask your parents to leave the room or ask them to indicate a time when your parents gotta go. And just ask them about it. You know, it's a little scary, but, you know, they're more than likely 9 times out of 10 gonna help you.
Yeah.
Don't you think so?
You should be able to
Okay.
trust your doctor. If you can't trust your doctor, then they shouldn't be your doctor.
All right. Hi, Alex. How do I know if I'm really ready to have sex? I like this question because it shows how much I think you respect yourself. And if you're a question, you're probably not ready yet. You'll know. What do you think, Sky?
You'll know. You wouldn't second guess it, and the person you with wouldn't have you second guessing yourself one bit. Like, you guys will click and it'll happen. And it won't even be something like, you're not gonna plan it either. It's like you're with that person, that's your person, and it happens.
It just happens like magic pixie dust.
Yep, pretty much.
Hey, Alex. Love the podcast. Thank you. I keep getting yeast infections. What am I doing wrong? Well, first of all, you're not alone. I don't really have this problem, but a lot of girls do, and it's rarely your fault. So I would say just break down what could be causing it. Look into your diet, look into the soaps you're using, look into your environment, look into the man you're allowing in your body. Like look at all the factors.
100%. And go see your doctors, please. Don't try to
Yes.
solve issues like that on your own. Like, you may know, like, I'm just gonna pick up this, I'm gonna take this and take that. Please just take some time to just go see your doctor, because you may not always be able to solve certain issues by yourself.
All right. Alex, my period cramps are unbearable. When should I see a doctor? Girl, if your cramps are keeping you from living your life, it's time to talk to a doctor because you deserve to feel good, be good, even when you're on your period. You shouldn't be miserable because you're on your period. You need to go see that doctor today.
Don't hesitate.
Don't hesitate. Let it go. Hey, Alex, I feel awkward buying condoms. Any tips? First of all, we celebrate that you care about safe sex. Safe sex is great sex, but wear latex. The confidence hack, walk in like you're about to buy a chapstick because nobody cares at all. Nobody cares.
That is so true, because I feel like it's like every girl's first time going and out and buying pads. It's like, these people don't know you. They're not gonna remember you. They don't care. So it's like, don't be so self-aware, because it's like, it's just gonna knock you down on a whole nother level. Go do your business, go about your business, and enjoy the rest of your day. That's all it needs to be.
All right. Hey Alex, this is the last one. Hey Alex, how do I talk to my boyfriend about safe sex without it being weird? If a guy makes you feel weird about protecting yourself, he's not your man.
That's
Let's talk
not your
about how
guy.
that's not your man. Okay. A guy
That's
who's
not
sitting
your
up there. Have you
guy.
ever heard girls who say like guys don't want to wear condoms because they can't feel it? Run from him.
Please don't let that be an
Run
excuse, and don't let,
far.
oh, let me just do this really quick. No, 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 no. Please, please. Don't change your mind on anything. If you know that's how you want it to go, let it go that way. Don't switch up the
Amen.
plans for minor inconveniences.
Yeah, amen. All right, thank you guys so much for submitting your Ask Alex questions. I love that. To submit your questions, the link is in our episode description below. And now we're going to close out this episode with our things that no one told us moments. Why didn't anyone tell me this moment? What comes to your mind?
I don't even know. Like if it's something like embarrassing, I don't know.
Let me see. Why didn't anybody tell me this? I would say my biggest thing for like why didn't anybody tell me this is when I kind of like got out of my first big little moment with that guy we were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like, why didn't anybody tell me that, you know, Most of the time, men don't change and relationships don't get better, and you don't have to like tough things out for the sake of being in a relationship. That was something. I would say mine, why did nobody tell me this moment? Another one was like, you don't have to be friends with people that make you feel bad about yourself just because they're popular. Popularity does not matter once you become an adult. I wish somebody had told me that. I wish somebody had told me that it's also cool to save your body and save yourself. You don't have to, because when you're younger, for some reason, people make it seem like having sex with as many people as possible is like cool. It's really like not that cool. Sex is your own personal business. Why did nobody tell me this? Why didn't anybody tell me that getting closer with God was like the solution to all your problems? I wish somebody had told me that.
Why did nobody tell me that? I should have started my college process, my summer going into CD. Don't
Why
wait
did
for
nobody tell me
anything.
that?
Don't wait.
Don't.
Start your essay that summer.
Now.
Do not wait a
Start your
second.
essays that summer. Find you a
Start those
mentor. Find you some
scholarships. Start
internships.
everything early.
Get you a job. All of it.
Yes.
Start your FAFSA as soon as it comes out. Take the SAT 3 times. Yes, I wish somebody had
Yes,
told me
please.
all of
As
that.
many times as you can, please. Exactly. Do not wait. Once they have those free sessions, or if you get like a free waiver to go take another SAT, even though they're like switching that whole thing. Why? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's the ACT now, right?
Just take as many times as you can. You will be able to have time to build that score. But once it's like these schools are switching everything, so now that's I have nothing to do with that anymore. That is not my problem anymore. And if I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even care for the ACT. I
Yeah, no,
really
I,
didn't.
I didn't like.
I was
No.
hitting test optional on all of these schools.
And we still got in.
They obviously didn't care that much, and now they're switching it. So I'm not gonna stress myself trying to get an 1100 and be the best of the best. It's they don't, because why are people with
Yeah.
4.0s, 7 extracurricular, 20 APs getting rejected from these Ivy League schools? Like, I'm not going to waste 4 years of my life trying to get into this almighty school and then get rejected and be like, I felt like
Amen.
my whole life is worth nothing. That's one thing I will do. I will not
No.
unnecessarily stress myself to fit myself in a position that is so temporary, and it's just going I'm doing all this for a degree with a name and a school. I couldn't put myself through that much stress. But if people are just naturally blessed like that and just could just walk through it, props to you, because
Props
I
to you.
couldn't I could not. But I also wish somebody would have told
Yeah.
me like being in a long-term relationship is not easy at all. Like whatsoever. And I hear from um my school's like security guard, like everybody loves her. We all cool with her. She's been dating her wife since she was 16 years old. 16 years old. And she just turned 30.
And
And
they've been together
I
all the life.
recently asked her about this. I'm like, how was that for you? And she's like, up and downs, left, right, sideways. Those were like so many things have happened. And she like saying like they're just now at a good spot. After being with each other for so many years, they are just now saying like this has been the best year that we've had. And they've been together so long.
Wow.
And what is crazy to me is that they've even broke up for an entire year because, her girlfriend was just like at a really good point in her life. She was doing her own thing. She was pretty independent. And I guess, she was just a little bit of extra baggage. Like her life was just not together. They broke up for a year. She got her shit together. She came back. They got back together and they were just the best till they are now. And that just gives me so much hope because, like, I don't know, maybe them little high school sweetheart relationships can work out.
They were.
That'd be like
Yes.
seeming like a fairy tale to me because I like in my head I'm just like, there's no way like people are really like with somebody they were with in high school for like the rest of their life. But like seeing how like
Some
you
people
just
are.
grow as two separate people and you come together and make a relationship out of that, it's just so nice to me. But I also like those people who are like, they literally grew up together and then they like get married and it's just like, okay, you guys were just made for each other. You guys are the lucky ones because you were just born with your
Yeah,
soulmate.
no, I agree with that. Yes, long-term relation. I'm not in one, but she is. But I imagine that they take a lot of work. If something is meant for you, you can let it go and it will come back for you, for sure. A
Yeah.
1000%. Oh,
Pauses are
and pee after
temporary.
sex. Pee after sex. Yeah, do that as well.
A lot of people don't know
Okay.
that, which is
Yeah, do that. Okay. My final reminder and biggest takeaway from this episode is I would definitely say your body is your choice. Never let anybody make you feel ashamed. Never let anybody pressure you into making some kind of decision. Make decisions when you are ready. And this can apply to sex. It can be getting in a relationship. It could be having a friendship, going to a certain school, whatever it is. Do it when you're ready. Move on your timeline. Don't, or on God's time, if anything. Move on God's time. Not on yours, but definitely not on no bald-headed little boys. And I encourage you guys to definitely have these conversations with your friends, with your mentors, with your best friends, and seek out reliable info. And I would love for you guys to DM me some of your stories and your questions, and we can maybe have a part two. Skyy, what was your biggest takeaway? Did you like being on the podcast?
of course. I love speaking my mind, sharing my wisdom that I do
Would
have
you like to be on here more?
when I have the time. Y'all,
When you have the
I don't have time for
time.
myself. I don't have time for nothing.
So we ain't gonna see Skyy for a little bit, y'all. But that's okay. Well,
Just give me a
Skyy,
break
I wanted to give you a break.
until the summer. My summer won't even be a summer. Everybody just pray for me. Just do that for me.
Yes, we want to thank Skylar for being on the podcast today. My best friend of 7 something years, which is insane, and for forever more to go. And I really had fun this episode. I know we both tired as hell, but that's okay.
We do
I think
this
this
for
episode
y'all.
was really needed. Yeah, we do this for you guys. This episode was really needed because, like I said, I feel like as a Christian girl, we carry a lot of shame. There's a lot of taboo-ness about sex, but we need to have these conversations, these big sister conversations, because everybody has urges. Everybody thinks about things. It all happens. So I'm not gonna hold you guys. Make sure to DM me your stories for a part 2 of this episode. Click all of the links in the episode description below, and we will see you guys on the very next episode of Literally My Life, My Guide to Girlhood. Mwah. Thank you guys.
Bye.
That's it for today's episode of Literally My Life, My Guide to Girlhood. If you found this episode valuable, be sure to subscribe and leave a review. It helps more than you know. You can also keep up with me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, where I share even more insights, interviews, and behind-the-scenes moments. Remember, growth isn't always pretty, but every step forward is a step closer to the life you deserve. Keep showing up for yourself, keep striving, and as always, stay focused, stay fearless, and stay you. Until next time.